Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sherlock Holmes, The Awakened. Not The Awakened. What am I talking about? We'll try that again. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments. We are back at Baker Street because we need to take a look at our cubes.
There are 12 pieces here. Let's try to gather them.
See how they combine. Okay. That's horizontal rotation. Okay. So basically, each one of these should lock into the next. So in this case, and presumably with it being a cube, I feel like I need to rotate this. But if I hold LB for vertical, it rotates the entire cube, not just the one I'm looking at. Okay. Let's start from the bottom up. So that bottom corner, I think, is absolutely correct. This one... I don't think is right. I didn't mean to hit that one. Oops. Why can't I rotate a selected one? Okay. Do that. And that. And that. Yeah, there's no way for that to be...
I will count this piece as a starting point. I will count this piece as a starting point.
So everything else needs to match up to that piece, is what I'm hearing. So this one lines up, that's fine. This one... Hold on, I think this is a game control issue. Nope, I don't want to skip. Because this needs to rotate that way. Why does that not work? Ah! I can switch them around. Okay, it's not a game control issue, it's a, reorient the pieces thing. Okay. So then I need the top corner that will align with that. Okay. Making a lot more sense now. So, we want to switch this one with that one. No, does that not? Oh, that's wedged slightly. That's a direct point. Okay. Let's see.
I will count this piece as a starting point.
Okay, so it was just slightly out of alignment. Okay. Now we need a centerpiece that lines up with that fully square shape. So it needs to have both top and bottoms. Possibly this one, if that lines up on the correct side, which it does not. Okay. Let's try that again. Try that one. Okay, perfect. Making progress. Possibly just that to there. No, that may just be incorrect then. It's got the correct shape there. It's got... Oh, that's a wedge, not a square. That's why. Possibly that one. Okay. Beautiful. Now I need one that has a wedge and... Actually, that may be correct. Yep. Okay. Perfect. So that side's all good. None of this side is done, though. That to there. Beautiful. This to here. There we go. Then we need to have that's a wedge. That one's a flat square. That one needs a triangle pointed into it. That appears to be correct. That one's a bottom corner. Which means this one by default belongs here. Beauty. And then it's just figuring out these two, and since they're not correct, I'm just going to do a quick swap on them. Oop. Slightly out of alignment. How
It is a mold,
dare I?
and it is ready for casting.
Okay.
The mold is prepared for casting. We just need to fill it with certain material. Sir
Mhm.
Rodney has made a reconstruction of the mythical golden knife. He seemed unafraid of maledictions, and yet... Half a glass of water should be enough to create a plaster solution.
Okay. Some water. Mix our plaster.
Now let us see what we have here.
And I'd be willing to bet.
This knife is very similar to that described by the coroner as the weapon that killed Sir Rodney.
You should not leap to any hasty conclusions, Watson.
Very interesting, though. Okay, anything else I need to look at while we're here? No. So, let's take a second and let's think about it. Mold was used to create the murder weapon. Fair. Gregory was complaining about the power Rodney holds over the bath. Pitkin's fight. Garrow's drug. Very liquid blood. Broken glasses. No. Okay. Let's come back to that here in a minute. Okay. One important discovery. What was he about to make? Left leads that point towards the frigidarium. Okay, so let's head back to the bathhouse. To the frigidarium. Because that'll be where we find our next clues, I think. Are you the frigidarium? You are indeed.
Frigidarium. This area serves as Sir Rodney Bentcliffe's workshop.
Let's see what we've got.
Glass plate negatives, a remarkable method for recording ancient civilizations.
Interesting.
A glass plate negative is missing.
Very interesting.
It is a glass plate negative of an Egyptian statue.
That was all to be found on the shelves, huh? Okay. Moving on.
Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them.
Dear friends, I wish to organize a press conference at the Strand Lane Baths next month. 1893 was a remarkable year for my work in Egypt, but now it is time to set my focus upon English archaeology, to shine the light on our national treasures, and reveal them to the public. I would like to see as many journalists as possible in attendance to record this event, and record it favorably if we treat them well enough. I should like to recall my old fellowship with Lord Blackmore and use the special funds of the Royal Archaeological Institute for this event. Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. He had some big plans. Just making sure there's nothing. There are few among us who could claim any degree of unfamiliarity with the name of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. He is a gentleman who possesses the wealth, notoriety, and vigor to well match the finest of his ilk abound in England. His intellect is equal to his charms, and has oft been declared by the young ladies of the European aristocracy. He holds powerful connections within the Lord's chambers and carries an influence inside the political world. There are those who would call him unforgiving, authoritarian. We should rather say that Sir Rodney is determined and ambitious. His presence at any archaeological site can only mean success for all concerned. High praise. The Times, miraculous reopening for the Strand Lane Roman Baths excavation research. The research efforts were about to be halted when a savior arrived in the form of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Sir Rodney has taken over immediate control of the excavation, claiming that the site holds the key to a great mystery. We pledge to update our readers with all the exciting news as it develops. So we have a motive in the form of stolen credit from the person who kind of got sidelined for Sir Rodney's prestige. This metal plate, besides its archaeological interest, appears to be a part of something larger. At the present moment, I am unable to determine exactly what that might be. Interesting.
A shape has been cut in the plate. What should be done with it?
We'll just, bring that artifact with us for,
Archaeological
later.
findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them.
Not very interested in clay pots, huh, Holmes? I don't blame you.
Tools used by archaeologists in their research.
Okay.
I will need these tongs.
Yes, indeed, you will. Before we continue deeper here... Could we not have them turn this thing off?
I should analyze this melted metal.
It is a great choice, though. If they used a low melting point metal that they could easily discard into the fire, knowing they would be in a bathhouse. Like, that's pretty genius. Not, Napoleon of crime levels of genius, but it is very smart. The Frigidarium. No idea why that accent, but sure. Something tells me, by the fact that the saturation and brightness on a few of these statues is different, that maybe, just maybe, they'll be important.
Perhaps I could find some clues by activating the flagstones.
Have to do them in order, so I'm guessing this one next. No. See, the others locked in and made me come out of that menu. Okay. Interesting.
A hidden symbol.
Ah. Okay.
A hidden sign.
Very interesting. So then the trident also had a hidden symbol, that's why.
A symbol.
Okay.
Now I have all the clues to help me find where these symbols are leading. All I need is imagination.
Well, we can work with imagination. So... Interesting. I'm not even sure if what I'm doing here is correct. Combine all three statues to reveal... Combine all three statue elements to reveal their secret. Okay, yeah. Nope, wrong button. I feel like these two are about there. this one... Ah, there it is.
The signs are
Wow!
pointing to this bust.
Very interesting. And this explains where he was climbing. However, to get down there, I'm going to have to go back to the archaeology site to get ropes. Oh, no. Rope. Climb down. Okay.
What is this place?
I am unsure, Watson, but everything points to the fact that it was the last place visited by Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. We are approaching the end of this mystery.
Okay.
A broken glass plate. What is it doing here? I should examine it at Baker Street.
Mm-hmm. Whatever secrets it's
How
keeping.
very peculiar. An ice maker.
Why would Sir Rodney have brought such a device here?
To prepare the champagne.
A sack of crude salt.
This is hearkening back for me to Sherlock Holmes: The Awakened. There was a lot of this going on.
Mithras, the god, clothed in Anatolian costume and wearing a Phrygian cap, killing the bull.
A sacrifice. So this place was home to a...
This fresco resembles either a ladder or a hierarchy.
Mithrian, the initiating grades of the cult of Mithras. Okay.
This fresco resembles either a ladder or a hierarchy.
Same thing. Okay.
The fire casts a shadow upon the floor.
Interesting. One of these is missing its...
The pillar collapsed a long time ago.
We'll have to use our lantern to make that one work. So we've got trident,
That is the symbol of Neptune, the god of the sea.
bull,
It resembles a bull.
an arch, and then
This shadow seems to represent a bridge.
Mithras? Maybe?
It is very similar to the face of Mithras. The shadows show us the way to go. We will find Mithras after Neptune, the bull, and the bridge.
Neptune, the bull, and the bridge. Interesting. And this place is collapsed, and there's dead people here. I do believe... Hi.
Mummified bodies. We're in some type of catacomb.
How dreadful. Judging by the broken orbit, this poor fellow met a death similar to Sir Rodney's.
Very interesting.
This shoe is not from the Roman era. It is medieval at best. This man was a tomb raider who met with an unfortunate end.
By the eye he was punished, for he saw that he was not worthy. Dreadful.
Woof. We're recreating long past killings now. Okay. I think that covers about everything that we're going to find here. Okay, some of your clues can be found, can form an important deduction. Okay. Oh, that's the way from whence I came. This over here is the way from, or to whence I shall try to head. Nope. Okay. Neptune, the Bull, Bridge. So all I can think is that it's back to the work site. We're going to head back to Baker Street because we've got a few things that we need to examine. I do think it's very funny that he's reading Crime and Punishment, and even funnier that it's now blurred out. That's a little silly. Alright. Let's see what we've got.
This is a piece of metal taken from a brazier. It appears to be silver, but I need to be sure. If it is silver, it will be possible to melt it, since silver's melting point is at around 900 degrees Celsius. Let us compare this sample with a silver penny by testing it with acid. If it changes color to match the result of a reaction with a silver coin, then it is silver.
Makes a lot of sense. Glass pipette, of course, for acid, because why wouldn't you? Non-specific kind of acid. Became sort of a red color.
The reaction is the same red stain. It is silver. Britannia silver quality.
Okay. And this is a puzzle we get to piece back together. That goes along the top edge to the corner. That goes along the top edge. That's the bottom corner. That's the other bottom corner. And that is the top corner. Get that out of the way. Because that goes there. That goes to the bottom. That slots in there. Just the remainder of the top up to that corner. There's something that's missing in between off that side, isn't there? That chunk right there. Then we have this piece. That piece. This piece. And the last right there.
Done. Watson, could you please use this negative and your photographic equipment to process the photograph?
And then
Thank
we'll
you,
get...
Watson. Now I must use reagents to develop the photograph.
Interesting. Okay. Ice cream in the desert. We are indebted to the Romans who developed the technique. And he had an ice maker. And salt, which is necessary in... And it's the same ice maker, isn't it? Salt, ice maker. Oh.
Ice cream. Ice.
Salt.
Ice cream in the desert? We are indebted to the Romans who developed the technique. The pyramids of Giza in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Another archaeologist, most probably. Sir Rodney.
So that's it. Salt and crushed ice may help to create ice cream.
I don't know necessarily that that's super useful. Hmm. Okay, let's start piecing some things together. Pitkin feels rather uncomfortable postponing the public opening of the Roman baths because of Sir Rodney. He was angry because of this. Pitkin expects to receive much of value from Sir Rodney's research. The work will increase the bath's renown and popularity. Which I think is the more accurate for the moment, but we can always look at that a little more later. Britannia silver was found melted in the brazier. And we have the strange wound. No. Okay. Stolen notes? No. There we go. Blinkhorn's work was saved by the arrival of Sir Rodney, but at a high cost to his morale. Or, Blinkhorn's work was saved by the arrival of Sir Rodney. He was thankful for the possibility of their working together and the chance of learning from him. I think it bruised his ego a little bit. Range wound. Garrow's drug doesn't relate to any of this so far, which is interesting. Someone was experimenting with the Roman method of ice production. Check if an ice knife can be created with the materials found. Okay. Excellent question. According to Sir Rodney's notes, he was about to make a remarkable discovery. Britannia silver melted in the brazier. Blood around the victim was highly diluted with water. Yeah, because if he was stabbed with an ice knife and the ice knife melted, that would also make sense. Bottle of champagne, an ice bucket. But if you brought in an ice bucket, no one would question it, and that's an easy way to get an ice knife in. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. We have to do the ice knife experiment real quick. Mold can be used to create an ice reproduct. Ice experiment.
If I wish to shape the ice knife, then I need to pour water inside the mold.
Okay.
Ice, salt, and then the mixing. It should be elementary. We need to reach minus 20 degrees Celsius to fully freeze the water inside the mold. Before beginning, I must remember that I have enough ice and salt for no more than 4 attempts.
I
think that ice should be added first.
Well, then add ice first.
A block of ice. I have only to use my ice pick.
Holmes, look. The temperature is reducing.
Ice, salt, and then the mixing. It should be elementary. We need to reach minus 20 degrees Celsius to fully freeze the water inside the mold.
How do I mix this?
Ice, salt,
Okay. Thanks. Okay.
a block of ice. I have only... It's empty.
Of course.
Ice, salt, and then the mixing. It should be elementary. We need to reach minus 20 degrees Celsius to fully freeze the water inside the mold. Before beginning, I must remember that I have enough ice and salt for no more than 4 attempts.
Okay. So we're gonna do ice, and then salt, and then ice, and then salt, and then ice, and then
The
salt.
temperature...
Okay.
Excellent. Now we must check to ensure that it is adequately frozen.
Okay.
An ice weapon for a cold-blooded murder.
Which,
An
yeah.
ice knife. A surprising and yet a very brilliant idea.
It's the perfect weapon. It enables one to kill a man and then it melts. The only trace it leaves is a small puddle on the ground.
Okay. So, now we know that an ice weapon is the reason for the strange... No. Ice weapon was brought in the champagne. Apparently we have to do that one first. Okay. Which links the strange wound and the very liquid blood. Which links those two. The murderer hid the weapon inside the ice bucket with champagne. After the attack, the knife was left to melt, so causing the excess of water in the blood pool. Okay. An item of silver has been recently melted in the brazier. Check if we can create a silver knife with the found materials. Because, of course.
Let
We
us
have
try
the
to
silver.
create an object from silver by using the mold. It will take a minute to melt the silver with my gas burner. Done. Now I can proceed further. The mold is hot. I should wait for it to cool down.
Should also turn off that gas burner now that you're not using it.
Done. Now I can proceed further.
Nope, we're not going to turn that off. We're going to ignore it. That's fine.
A homemade silver knife. Excellent. We have created a knife with the silver that we found. It could have been used to kill Sir Rodney.
It was extremely clever to create a weapon that could dissolve at the scene of the crime.
Interesting. Okay, so. Let's see. Silver weapon was used and then destroyed in the brazier after the crime. That is an option. And these two don't link together. Okay, we need to do a little more digging here. Mytherium lies hidden at the St. Albinus excavation site. Bridge piers seem to hold a secret. Alright. Back to St. Albans. And then we will get a good idea of just what's being hidden here. So it was past Poseidon and the bull. There's a bridge. So I know that we had a statue of Poseidon here. And then the bull. And then a bridge to Mithras.
There might be something behind these leaves. We should use these metal rings to help us reach the bridge pillar. I'll have to find a way of getting there.
Well, there were construction hooks back here and ropes. Presumably, with hooks and ropes, we can do a lot. Hopefully when they write up all of this, Sherlock gets his credit, because he's definitely doing the lion's share of work here, as far as the archaeology is concerned. I mean, then there's the whole murder investigation thing, too, but... you know.
We should use these metal rings to help us reach the bridge pillar. We should use...
Okay, am I... Item required. Oh. Maybe I need something else to help make a bridge. I've got ropes. And... nope. No wood over here I can grab. I've got ropes and hooks. There's gotta be something else that I'm missing somewhere.
Excavating tools, a bucket, shovel, and brush.
Nope. Okay. Nothing back there. Not really seeing anything else I could use. Oh, crossbow. That makes a lot of sense.
I should use the appropriate object here.
Shutter groove. Mechanism housing.
I should use the appropriate object here.
Oop, put back. Let's rotate this. Put that in there.
I should use the appropriate object here.
There we go. Perfect.
The gastrofettes were used with ropes and hooks for sieges.
Uh-huh. And I'm gonna lay siege on whatever that is.
Those rings on the bridge are perfect targets. This one is ready.
Okay.
Firing a gastrophetus requires a lot of practice.
It seems to want to sway a lot.
This one is ready. The bridge is ready.
There we go.
Now I must cross it.
I went the wrong way. I zigged when I should have zagged. Okay, a little finicky. Okay.
Watson, come here. I have found something.
Yeah, a little bit fiddly, but that's okay. And this must be where he was climbing before. Perfect.
Are we inside the hidden temple of Mithras, Holmes?
I am not sure. We had better be careful.
Someone's definitely been here before.
I saw this symbol in the tunnels underneath the Frigidarium.
Okay, so
Which way should we go, Holmes?
There ought to be some clues here. Let's take a look around. I saw this symbol in the tunnels underneath the Frigidarium.
okay. So we have assuming we do this from bottom to top, it looks like Bird Cup Scepter. No. Let's see. Okay. We're going top to bottom.
I saw this symbol in the tunnels underneath the Frigidarium.
Okay, that looped us. This is the one that it kind of indicated to at the start. So I guess we're going there. Okay. Not entirely sure. But you know what? We're gonna... Table with stones. Let's see. So that just lowers itself. Okay. Let's figure out how these interact real quick. Okay, so red is heavier than blue. Okay. So we know that red is heavier than blue. Blue is heavier than the others. Is anything heavier than red? Not heavier than red. Not heavier than red. Not heavier than red. Okay, so we know that red is the heaviest. Blue... we just want to make sure is heavier than the other three real quick. Yes. So in order, it's red, then blue, there we go. Okay. You know, whoever built this place is an absolute crazy person. Because this place is psychotic. Somebody's talking to me in my head. I do love that. I don't know, I feel this direction. Watson, move! Aha! Who needs clues when you can operate on pure instinct?
Look, it's the golden knife. But how to get it?
Why would we want to get it? It looks like that artifact is there for a reason, and maybe we shouldn't touch it. No, just me, Watson? You're all for stealing artifacts that are potentially deadly and dangerous? Also, they call this a lever, but it's more like a wheel.
Watson, I need your help.
Oh good, I can be the good doctor. Nope. Why, yes, good doctor, that would be the one. Let's just get ourselves trapped deeper and deeper in this place, shall we? Nope. This just feels like a terrible idea, but you know, who am I to argue? I'm sorry, hold on. What did that one open again? You know what, guys? We're gonna have to figure this one out in the next one. For now, I'm gonna say thanks so much for coming along on the adventure. If you are enjoying the videos, there's a playlist on the channel where you can find this entire series as well as all of the other games that I've played. Thanks so much for coming along on the adventure, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.